improves. So that's how the newspaper classes go. Okay. Also, if you're watching me on YouTube, you can just give me a hi on the chat so that I know you are here and I can address you. Great. His wife, I'm going back to Fordham. He started planning on how to return to his former college. Lenihan had to first ask the university if he would be allowed to return. Everything went as planned. The 88-year-old received his certificate last week, along with other college youngsters who donned their graduation caps and gowns, reported ABC News. We have somebody who's motivated at the age of 86. Plus, we owe him for his service. He wrote to me and said, "This is the happiest day. This is my wedding day," said Anthony Davidson, a Fordham University official. Now, let's go on and read the article. The 88-year-old has 6 children of his own and 13 grandchildren. Have any trouble. It took a little longer than it did when I was in my 20s, but I was able to do it. Maybe instead of working 3 hours a day, I'd work 4 or 5, Lenihan told Good Morning America. Now, this is a very interesting and also a very motivating article about how one completed their studies at such an age, right? Hi, Manju. Hi, Bhavesh. People who are joining me on my website. Okay. Anyone else who's joining here can just give me a hi so that I can address you. Okay. Anyway, great. So now that you have understood what the article is about, it's just that now it's time to focus a little more in depth about these less common vocabulary. Okay, let's understand these less common words now. Okay, so I'm going to read these I'm going to read these sentences for you again, and I'm going to explain the meaning of the less common words. And what you will do is to note these words down and try and frame sentences of your own later. Okay, great. So let's get started once again. Age should never be a barrier in one's pursuit of knowledge and higher education. Barrier, anything that is a stoppage to something, that is a barrier. Okay. Now, in one's pursuit of knowledge, what is pursuit? To follow something, something that we follow. That's pursuit. Okay. Pursuit of knowledge and higher education. That is why one of the best lessons in life is that you're never too old to learn. Okay. An 88-year-old man has earned the applause. Applause means clap, but also it means appreciation in this case of the internet for completing his college education 6.5 decades after dropping out. Decade is 10 years, in case you know. Right? Okay, great. Moving ahead to the article for the sentences. John Lenihan started studying at Fordham University in 1956, but he dropped out. Dropped out means to not continue education at all. That's dropped out. After securing a job in his hometown, he was 28 credits short to finish his first course. To short means that you are in shortage of something, you are less of so much in something. So, for example, I am 10 kilometers short in completing 1,000 kilometers in my car. I am 1 kilometer short in finishing my 21-kilometer run. Okay, that's what short means. As years passed on, Lenihan became a soldier in the Korean War and went on to have a successful career and a beautiful family. But the fact that he was unable to complete his college studies, wasn't able to, unable to complete his college studies, always came back to haunt him. To haunt means to get reminded of something in a slightly negative way. That's what haunt means. Okay? All right. So I hope you guys are taking note of these less common words that we're learning. We learned haunt, we learned pursuit, we learned barrier, we learned dropped out, we learned short to, right? We learned all of these words. I just hope that you're taking note of these words because that's what's going to help you later. Okay, to put an end to this, also a very good phrase. If you have to use it in your speaking test, you can certainly use it. To put an end to this means to end something. To put an end, it's a good phrasal verb to use. He woke up one morning. Again, you will not say got up, you will say he woke up. When you are talking about the first thing that you do in the morning, it's you wake up and then do something. It's not that you get up and do something. Okay. And told his wife, I'm going back to Fordham. He started planning on how to return. Take a look at these prepositions as well. I hope you're doing that. On planning on how to return to his former college. Lenihan had to first ask the university if he would be allowed return. Everything went as planned. The 88-year-old received, less common word, his certificate last week along with other college youngsters who wore something. Okay, donned means don something, to wear something. Don a hat, don a graduation cap means to actually wear that, reported ABC News. We have somebody who is motivated at the age of 86. Plus, we owe him means that you are indebted to that person. You have to repay that person in some form. That's owe him. He wrote to me and said that this is my happiest day. This is my happiest day. And yes, later on, he said that, yeah, this is my wedding day. I'm not sure why this person said that, but basically, he went on to complete his education at the age of 86. Now, this person has 6 children and of his own and 13 grandchildren. I didn't really have any trouble. It took a little longer than it did when I was in my 20s. So you take a look at this sentence structure. This is a good way to frame complex sentences. This is as bad as it was earlier. This is as good as it was earlier. These are ways in which you can frame, complex sentences. But I was able to do it. Okay, I'm not able to close this tab, but I was able to do it. Maybe instead of working 3 hours a day, I'd work 4 or 5. I would work. It's used as a contraction here. I would work 4 or 5. So now I hope you got a hang of the less common words, the sentence structures, the contractions, and how you can sound great, as in how you can sound like a native speaker. I hope you got an idea now. So everyone who is watching me right now, can you tell me on the chat if you understood the less common words? Yes, did you? Manju, Bhavesh, Manu, everyone else who's watching me either on my website or from YouTube. Are you guys clear about this? Yeah. We read the article together, we understood the less common words, and some less common words that we understood are barrier, we understood pursuit, we understood haunt. To put an end, a phrasal verb, it's a good phrasal verb to use to put an end, and then we saw complex structures, and then we saw I would, contraction, it became I'd. Okay, so we saw such words and sentences. I just hope that, yes, good, Manu and Bhavish and everyone else who is watching me. Okay, short to something, I'm short of so much, I'm short to something. I just hope that again you took a note of these words, right? So right now I have put down the list of words. If you're watching me on YouTube, you'll understand that I've sent a list of words, or if you're watching me on my website also, I'm just sending the same list of words: barrier, haunt, pursuit, short to, sorry, short to put an end. These are some phrasal verbs and words that we learn. So just pick one of these words. Just pick the word barrier. and try and frame a sentence with barrier on the chat for me. Come on, let's do this. Barrier is a noun, anything that's a stoppage for something to happen. So, can you guys tell me what barrier is? Yeah, as in, can you frame a sentence with the word barrier on the chat? Send your sentence here. Dawned, also a good word. Yes, Manju, absolutely correct. Correct. Yeah, anyone who wants to frame a sentence with barrier, barrier is the sentence, barrier is the word. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. So, one example of barrier could be there are many barriers to cross if you are going abroad or if you want to go abroad, right? There are definitely many barriers to cross, correct? Also, the road had so many barriers while we were on the way home. Something that you see on the road. Yes, social networking site act as a barrier between studies and students, Sakshi. Very good sentence. It's a great sentence, Sakshi. And I feel that if you just use such sentences in your speaking or writing, you're just considered good and natural with vocabulary. Amazing sentence. Anyone else who wants to? Yes, teachers should not be a barrier. Teachers should not act as a barrier. Bhavesh, probably that's your sentence. Teachers should not be acting as a barrier when students want to learn something new. Point taken, Bhavesh, again. Okay, anyone else who has a good sentence like Sakshi and Bhavesh? I have pinned Sakshi's chat here. Let me see if I can pin Bhavesh's chat. Oh no, I can't do that. Anyway, okay, let's move on to the next one. Maybe an easier word. Pursuit. Pursuit. That's your word. Try framing a sentence with pursuit. If I give you an example sentence, it will become easy for you to just copy the structure. So just try and frame a sentence with pursuit. It means the path that you follow, either for your career or just generally, philosophically speaking, the path that you follow, spiritually speaking. So that's pursuit. Okay. Also used in road journeys, probably. So yeah, come on, try framing a sentence with pursuit. Great. But good ones coming in. Again, more sentences. Nice. Hmm. I would like to pursue. Pursue. Sana, that's pursue. Peruse means to read. It's a synonym for read. This is for you to peruse means this is for you to read. Pursue means to follow something. I want to pursue my career in the media industry. That's different. Okay, the pursuit of career in media industry is hard. Okay, Sana, that's how you should structure your sentence. But good attempt, Sana, and that way we also learned the meaning of peruse. Okay, this is for your kind. Perusal means that this is for your kind reading. You're respecting someone, and that's why you say kind. If we pursue, pursue is a verb, Manu, pursuit is a noun. So anything that you do in following something is pursue. Anything that's the thing that is being followed is pursuit. Okay. The pursuit to high paying careers is always through an MBA degree. The pursuit to entrepreneurship is hard. Okay. That's how pursuit is used. Correct. Very good. Good one. So now I hope that your spellings are also right. Great. So don means to wear something. It's not used as much in IELTS, but we got an example sentence in our article itself. I will pursue hard to achieve my goal, Bhavesh. Okay, pursue. Pursue is a verb, pursuit is a noun. As to how, when you say study is a verb, studies, noun, right? Understood? Yeah. In the pursuit of good band scores, pursuit, P-U-R-S-U-I-T, Sakshi. But good job, guys. Amazing sentences coming in and amazing attempts. And this way, you're also learning the differences between nouns and verbs. Okay, now let's move ahead. Let's move ahead and do some guided speaking. Now that you've written some sentences, it'll be good, it'll be great if you just speak the sentences the same way a native speaker would do. So, all of you who are watching me, either from my website or on YouTube, just try and frame sentences the way exactly I stress upon them. The intonation, the pronunciation, the tone of my voice. Just try imitating that. Okay, that's the best way to become good in your pronunciation in the speaking area. Okay, let's do this. Great. Age should never be a barrier. In one's pursuit of knowledge and higher education. That is why one of the best lessons in life is that you're never too old to learn. An 88-year-old man has earned the applause of the internet for completing his college education 6.5 years, 6.5 decades after dropping out. Dropping out. Yeah. John Lenihan started studying at Fordham University in the year 1956. But he dropped out after securing a job in his hometown. He was 28 credits short to finish his course, according to reports. As years passed on, Lenihan became a soldier in the Korean War and went on to have a successful career and a beautiful family. But the fact that he was unable to complete his college studies always came back to haunt him. To put an end to this, he woke up one morning and told his wife, I'm going back to Fulham. He started planning on how to return to his former college, former, okay? Former president, former prime minister, previous president, previous prime minister, former college. Lenihan had to ask the university if he'd be allowed return. Great. So, did you guys follow my speech? Were you guys able to repeat after me in the same fashion? Give me a yes. Come on, let me know. Yes, Manu, Bhavesh, Sakshi, all of you who gave me amazing sentences. Yes. Okay. Good. Good. Manju, you also were in the class. All right. Nice. Sana. Okay. Great. Great. So that's with guided speaking now. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you to frame your own opinions, a little more of writing left, and you're free to use the words that we learned today. Okay. So I'm going to leave the question here on the chat. And also, if you're watching this as a recording or you're watching me live on YouTube, you might not have signed up for my free course on my website. So if you aren't signed up on the free courses, there are two free courses. One that helps you improve your basics, that includes guided newspaper classes, some a quiz basically, and also a few PDFs on vocabulary and how you can score well in the vocabulary area and how you should do paraphrasing. So I'm just giving you the link to this free course here on the YouTube chat. If you aren't there yet, please join this free course. Completely free, obviously, and you can make use of the resources that are there in this course right now. You're also free to invite your friends and everything. So I've given this link on WhatsApp groups. I've given this link. I've also given this link on Instagram. So if you aren't following this free course yet, please do that. And we'll see you in more such lives later. And today's question is this: do you think education should be completed at a young age? This person completed his education when he was 88. So, do you think education should be completed at such a young age, or do you think that age is not a barrier to complete education? Let me know on the chat, and I will look at your answers and I will reply to these comments, just like what I did with your earlier sentences. Yes, good Bhavesh, good Manju. And of course, you can also do that on my website. Okay, great. So it was nice having you in this guided newspaper class. I'll see you guys again the next time, probably in a slightly different fashion. Along with reading, we may also do some listening. Okay, so this way you're also improving your listening skill, the understanding of accent, and some vocabulary. Okay, so as usual, keep following me on Instagram.